Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of PotatoTown. This is season 1, episode 4. I'm Snoopy, and in the last episode we went to the end and defeated the Ender Dragon. I got these fancy wings because we have a data pack that lets us get wings, the Elytra, when we defeat the Ender Dragon. So that's pretty cool, and that'll definitely help out with end rating. And speaking of end rating, we're going to need to get a whole lot more gunpowder because I only have 5 rockets right now. And I'm going to need a whole lot more if I'm going to go end rating to get more Elytra for all of our friends and to be able to get all the end loot like shulker boxes and stuff. So first off, in this episode, we're going to start off by building a mob farm. As you guys can see, I've already started on the collection platform for where the mobs fall, and then they're going to fall into the center part, and then they will fall down into the collection point of the hoppers. I think we might have to lower this ground level a little bit. I'm not sure. We're building Membomb's basic mob farm, the hostile mob farm, and I don't know if it completely relies on being at YA level 63, but I think it might, so we might have to lower this ground a little bit. So now we're placing in the dispensers, and these are going to be activated by observers, but for now we're just putting in the dispensers, and then we'll end up adding a roof. And these are going to flood the platforms so that it pushes all the mobs off into the collection platform. And then if you want more details on how everything's working in this farm, then just go to Membomb's video and he'll explain the entire history of mob farms basically. Now we're working on placing in the observers. This is going to transfer the signal down. Of course, you have to shift when you place on the dispensers, otherwise you'll just open them. And then we'll just keep working our way up, and then we'll build up the platforms. Okay, so quick update. I went ahead and dug the inside of the farm to Y63, and as you can see, I also went ahead and did all the decoration. Oh, there goes my pickaxe. But I set up a nice sorter system right here too, so it's dropping into the hoppers. There's an auto dropper system underneath this. They'll spit out the items into a water stream. It'll swoop up into here, and it'll go across the top of the hoppers and get sucked into a sorting system. This is Impulse SV sorting system. It's pretty standard for item sorting systems. So we'll be sorting out gunpowder, bones, string, rotten flesh, and arrows, and then these two are just going to be overflow. And then if these 2 rows get filled up too, then it'll just go into the fire and get destroyed, so it doesn't completely lag out the server. Alright, now we're building up the platforms. We just got to build up about 10 of these things all the way up to the top dispenser. Actually, the top one's a dropper, but then after we're done building, then we'll put water buckets in all the dispensers and build up the roof. Although we don't really need a roof for this one because we're going to use the new 1.17 tinted glass along the outside. I think that's going to look really good. So I'll be back when I finish building up all the platforms.
Perfect.
Okay, so I've built up the platforms now, and I'm going to take a quick look at it. I'm just going to do a good old mumbo jumbo fly up and see how it looks. Dirt is blocking the one path, but it's okay. I'll take out the dirt when I go down. So all the platforms are flooded right now. Looking pretty good. Now, I did the math, and it's gonna take a lot of tinted glass, and by a lot, I mean, like, well, there's good news and bad news, because good news is, it's only gonna take 30 stacks of glass, which, the bad news is, we don't have 30 stacks of glass, we have, like, 4. And then, the other bad news is, it's gonna take 120 stacks of amethyst shards to make the tinted glass. So, I guess I'm gonna start grinding and see how long it takes me. Okay, so sometime later, it was a really long time later actually, we managed to get all the materials for the tinted glass that we're gonna be putting up on this skyscraper. It's gonna look really cool, I think. And this is all the materials that we had to grind out. And it took us forever because these things don't grow very fast, so hopefully it looks good. I think it will. It's time to finish this build, and we're going to finish it off with a time lapse. So now that we're all finished with the mob farm and we have all the rockets that we need, we can go end city raiding and we can go get some more elytra and give them to our friends as gifts for helping us defeat the ender dragon. And that's going to be a little bit grindy, but it's going to be a nice present for them. Alright, found our first end city and it's got a ship. We're going to go straight for that and try to get it in. Curse of Vanishing and Binding being very useful. So one trick that you can do when you're end raiding like this is you can bring along some wood. I brought mine in this ender chest. So you bring along some wood. That turn 4 of them into a crafting bench. Then, if you take more of that wood, you can turn it into chests, and then you can turn the shulker shells that you collect while you're end raiding. You can turn those into shulker boxes and store all of your loot. So, having an end chest and crafting bench is pretty important when you're out end raiding. So a couple tips that you can use when you're end raiding is use a bow, and that will definitely be able to increase your range against these guys. And I think that if you have elytra on, it makes it about 100 times easier. But if you don't, you can always carry ender pearls around. And honestly, you don't really have to be that afraid of these guys and getting hit by their shulker bullets, because you're just going to float upwards. And honestly, I think it helps when I'm end raiding because I can get a better angle on stuff. Sometimes it's a little annoying, but I think it helps most of the time. And then if you have wings, you can just float down. If you don't have wings, then just use an ender pearl to get down. But pretty simple, just make sure you have some decent protection or projectile protection on your armor. now we're going to take a break from end rating and we're going to see if we can spy on Peachy. No. While she is fixing up the shopping district. So we're going to have a shopping area that's going to have a bunch of shops in it, and she's trying to make it look nice. But we're going to spy. I brought you presents. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know where they went. Oh, here they are.
That's what you put down.
What? Oh, no, but that's neat too. Yeah. It's over here. Presents. Yeah. Alright, so we finally made it back from the end. We got Elytra for all of our friends, and I also died in the void and lost everything at one point, but that's besides the point. So now, in the next episode, I think we're going to build up a rocket shop and also an Enderman farm so we can get XP so we can re-enchant all of our gear really easily, because that was a pain to try to get all my gear back. But now it's time for the verse of the day. It's going to be John 15:7. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you will ask what you desire and it will be done for you. That's obviously God talking about us abiding in him. But if you guys like this episode, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one. Guys, so Peachy asked me to be recording when I got on, so I guess we'll see what is going on with whatever she did 3 hours later. Nothing really down here other than those heads. I might have put those there, I can't remember. Oh, wow. He's been busy. We got a bunch of wither skulls, and I'm still saying to fight the wither. Check out me and Peachy in our next episode if you want to see us dying repeatedly, probably, against the withers.